Hi everyone, so what I want to do now is go over the classwork from Thursday, April 23rd. This is kind of our next trigonometry lesson, and it's kind of the first lesson where we get into word problems. So the first thing I want you guys to do is watch this video here. It's just a YouTube video of someone going over a few word problems, and I think that'll be useful to help put things into context. So try and follow along with those the best you can and take some detailed notes. Try and work out the exact same problems they work out in this video. And I'm going to work out one of the problems you guys have to do. I'm going to do number one, but a lot of these are really similar. And a great thing about this problem is that they gave you a picture. Usually you have to come up with that on your own. So, this question says, from a point on the ground, 47 feet from the foot of a tree, so our tree's right here, this is our point on the ground right over here. The angle of elevation of the top of the tree is 35 degrees. So you're looking up 35 degrees, find the height of the tree to the nearest foot. So you can see how this is how they actually figure out how tall trees are. They don't pull out a tape measure and measure how tall the tree is. They actually measure the angle and how far you are from the tree, because it's hard to climb trees, but it's easy to just pull out a tape measure and see how far away the tree is. So let's see. Treat this like a normal trig problem, though. Here they gave you the triangle. Sometimes you have to come up with this yourself. But because they gave you a picture with a pretty good triangle in it, we're going to do that. So we're trying to figure out basically x. This is our height. Here. Yeah, that's our height. So first let's label our triangle opposite, adjacent, hypotenuse. So our reference angle is right over here. That's our 35 degrees. Where's the hypotenuse? The hypotenuse is always across from the right angle. So this is our hypotenuse. What's our adjacent and what's our opposite? Opposite is always across from the reference angle. So here our opposite is angle x. And our adjacent must be our 47. Okay, so now what we want to do is want to figure out, well, what do we need to use? So remember, we want to think of SOHCAHTOA to determine what equation we're going to use. SOHCAHTOA. So I'm just going to pull out a different color. We know we're trying to find out what x is, and we were given the adjacent. So we want to use one that has the adjacent and the opposite. So which of these has adjacent and opposite in it? And that'll be your TOA. So we're going to use tangent. So because it's TOA, TOA stands for the tangent of theta is equal to the opposite over the adjacent. So we have our adjacent, we have our angle, we just need to figure out what O is. So let's just plug into that equation. The tangent of theta. Theta is our angle here, it was given, 35. So the tangent of 35 is equal to opposite over the adjacent, which was our 47. So we want to figure out what opposite is. Actually, because our opposite is x, I'm actually going to change this and say opposite is x. I'm just going to put an x here. So let's solve for x. We want to get x by itself. It's x divided by 47 equals tangent of 35. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the opposite of division to get rid of it. I'm going to multiply by 47. And I'm going to do 47 over here times. So that causes this to cancel. And here our x, I'm just going to rearrange this. X is equal to 47 times the tangent of 35. So now I'm going to use my calculator to figure out what the tangent of 35 is, and then we just have to multiply it by 47. And that'll give us how tall our tree is. So let's see. You're going to use if you're using your cell phone, when you pull out the app, it'll look like this. If you turn your phone sideways, it should look like this. So we're using the tangent of 35. So 35 tangent is 0.700. Let's just call that 0.7. So x is equal to 47 times 0.7 times 0.7. And what does that equal? So let's do times 47, 32.9. So 32.9. So that must be how tall our tree is. So we found the height of the tree. That was our x. So our tree is 32.9. And this was 47 feet. So let's answer in the correct units. We'll say it's 32.9 feet. Okay, and that's how you answer this problem. So now I just want you guys to try out doing number 2 and number 3 on your own.